So hello everyone, how you doing guys? So welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do a mini interview or discuss about an issue that I have at heart. And to my fellow women out there, I know that some women are facing so many difficulties out there. So I have one of my close friend that I have for over 10 years now.
Nearly 20. Nearly 20, yeah.
Oh my God. Her name is Mary. So she had the courage to come out and be in front of the camera for me. And we're going to be discussing domestic violence, right? So Mary, how are you? What's up?
I'm good.
You're good?
I'm really good, yeah.
Okay.
Compared to what I was.
Long time I haven't seen you. You just disappeared on the face of the earth.
11 years.
Yeah. So what happened? Tell me.
And he was from up north.
Okay.
Asked me if I'd move up north after a few months, about 5-6 months of us being together. Me said yes. Went up there.
I think that's how you do when you fall in love with someone, right?
Yeah.
Because I've met him.
Yeah.
And he was quite a cool guy, you know. And I was like, oh, that one is going to be a nice fit for Mary. Do you understand? So when you start talking to me about what happened to you, I was shocked. Not shocked, surprised.
Surprised, yeah.
Because you're a strong woman. From ever since we've been friends and talking to each other, you always say things and do things in a certain type of way. You just don't like messing around.
Yeah.
So I was shocked when you told me that this is what you're facing. Understand?
Yeah. At first, it was everything was good.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Right.
When I lived in London, things couldn't be better. But then I went onto his territory. Okay. You know, where I didn't have any family, just my kids. It was all his family. He never worked.
But was he working when he was here?
When he was here, he was working, yeah.
Okay.
And he used to work on the doors and
stuff.
Yeah.
I remember.
But when we went up there, he didn't. It was all left to me after I had the baby. It was all left to me to get the job.
Wow.
Because he complained that he had the bad back.
Wow.
Because he complained that he had the bad back and this. So I was like the breadwinner, might as well say, like bringing the money in. Then he stopped me from going out with friends, couldn't have friends, was jealous. If the girls were going out for a meal, he'd cause an argument, so I didn't go.
Oh, wow.
Very controlling. And you seem to live with it because you get used to it. You get used to that.
How do you get used to
like,
this type of
you just
behavior?
Think, oh, I can't be bothered with the arguments. You know, if you go out and you come back and there's going to be a big argument, and you just think, oh, it's not worth the hassle. You know. Then, and you just think, oh, it's not worth the hassle. You know. Then he was on the drink, started drinking. I'd go and do the shopping, pay all the bills, whatever money I had left over. He'd say, oh, can I borrow this?
Let me stop you there. Was it, I just don't understand, because most men that are controlling, they're always the breadwinner.
Yeah.
So this situation, I don't really understand it, because when they have control over financing, right, is easier for you for them to control you. Yeah. Right. But in your position, you were actually the breadwinner.
Yeah, because when you fall into love with someone, when you love someone that much, you'll do anything to please someone that much. You'll do anything to please them. Yeah. And because I didn't have no family or anybody to turn to up there apart from him, because that's all he wanted was me. He just wanted me and him. But then he started cheating on me. Because while I was at work, he was on dating sites at home. And if I confronted him about it,
So how did you know he was on dating site?
I found him on his phone.
Wow.
And then he used to say, it's all in your mind, you're going crazy, you are. Because he'd get emails from these dating sites, and I would confront him about it and say, look, what's these? Oh, somebody's used my email account and put me on there. No, you're clearly on there, you know. That's why you're getting all the information back. This one wants to meet you and that one wants to meet you and stuff, and it was all in our little area.
Oh wow. So close to home.
It's very close to home.
Okay.
And because I didn't know anybody from there when I first moved up there, it got away with it. But then when I started, you know, meeting people, I started to find out the real truth. But with him as well, he'd always blame me. It was always my fault. It was never his fault. Or he'd bring up the past. He'd always bring my past up.
Okay.
You
Slash
know,
it in your face.
yeah, always. To try and hurt me. It wasn't so much physical.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask, because we were saying about domestic violence.
Yeah,
right?
it wasn't so much physical, it was more mental. Now, mental torture is worse than domestic.
Than the hitting, the beating.
Yeah, because it really, mental torture is worse than domestic.
Than the hitting, the beating.
Yeah, because it really did mess my mind up, as you know. It messed me up in a big way. So my last straw was when I lost my dad.
Okay, yeah, because you came back to London.
Yeah.
That's when actually you popped into the show.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
When I lost my dad, he didn't come to my dad's funeral. He didn't give me any support, you know, like a husband should do. Everything was just, he wanted to do everything himself. Like, when I came to London, he didn't want to come with me. He wouldn't let me take my daughter.
But your daughter is still not here with you?
No, she's still with him, but I've got my plans for that.
Okay.
You know.
That's private.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he's even twisted my daughter's head, you know, which is not nice on a 9-year-old, because she's confused as well. And it's still heartbreaking that I've had to walk away and come back to London and leave her up north. You know, it's really heartbreaking for me. But that I will see is, you know, the end of the tunnel.
Of course, you spoke about the example of you going to a birthday party.
Yeah, I went to a 60th birthday party, and I took his door key because I didn't want to carry all my keys, car keys and etc. The key fell out of my bag, and my friend took the key and had hold of it for me. We got a shared taxi to come home, but I forgot to take the key from her. So when he opened the door, I had to knock on the door. He was like, where's my effing key? I said, oh, my friend's got it. I don't want to say her name. What's she doing with your key? I said, because it dropped out of my bag. I said, but there's no problem, I can get it from her. I said, but when I walked in, because we had 2 dogs, the dogs had piddled on the floor. And like I said, I had to do everything. So I said to him, you know, couldn't you have mopped it up or cleaned it? He was effing and blinding. So I got the mop, cleaned it up. I'm going to bed because I'd work the next day. Went to go into the front room to go up the stairs. As I went, he grabbed me by my throat. And I bet the man's been talking to you. I bet men have been buying you drinks and, you know, all the jealousy. I said, no, they haven't. Why are they going to do that? Anyway, he's like, drinks and, you know, all the jealousy. I said, no, they haven't. Why are they going to do that? Anyway, he's like, grabbed me. Had me in an headlock on the floor. When he's got off of me, I've gone into the kitchen. I followed him into the kitchen because he's got my temper up. He was sitting in the chair videoing, but at the time I didn't realise he was videoing because I just saw red. I did have a drink. Yeah, I was a bit drunk. So we ended up arguing and I went for him. Him then, you know, videoing me still. I didn't know he was... I went to work the next day, black and blue. I told him when I came home, I said to him I didn't want to be with him anymore. He said that if I left him, he would use the video against me. I said, you ain't got a video of me. He said, yes I have. And he sent me the video. So for 2 weeks I worried because he said he was going to take it to the police. Threatened me with the video until I had the nervous breakdown, came to London, showed it to my family here. They said, no, you're not in the wrong there. He's clearly in the wrong because he kept kicking me to the floor every time I tried to get up. Calling me everything. And then I finally got domestic violence involved when I came back. And that's when she saw through it all.
So there's help out there.
Yes.
You just have to reach out for help. But it's not easy.
It's not. It's not easy at all.
So what made you go for help?
When he cleared my whole house out, took everything behind my back, because when I had the nervous breakdown and came to London for 2 weeks, I got a phone call from my next door neighbour after 5 days asking if I was moving, and I said no. I said, I'm in London. Why are you saying that? Oh, because he's got 2 big vans outside your house clearing the house out. And I said no. I said, I'm in London. Why are you saying that? Oh, because he's got 2 big vans outside your house clearing the house out. So
just to bring down to nothing.
Yeah, so I had to start all over again. When I went back, I couldn't live in my house because I had nothing, no bed, no carpets, I had nothing, no sofa, no nothing. I showed you that I videoed it for proof. He literally just left me with my clothes. I got domestic violence involved. There was meetings. He didn't know that she was from domestic violence, and he was overpowering all my conversation. Just, you know, and she just saw through him. He had my car bugged.
Yeah, you said about
Yeah, he bugged my car. He put a bugging device
what do you mean
in
by
my
bug
car.
Yeah.
It's connected to your lights.
Okay,
You know, the light in the car.
Yeah.
And he put a little speaker in. So every time I got in the car and was connected, like driving, because it connects to the electrics, his phone would go. And he would hear all my conversation in the car. He had a little camera in there.
I know that one part you said that you almost took your own life.
Yeah, I did. I took 3 overdoses. Well, I took 2 overdoses and I tried to hang myself. Someone found me when I went to hang myself.
Why?
I just wanted out. I just really wanted out. I just felt like there was no way of getting out of it, you know.
Did you think of your kids?
Because he'd took my daughter, and I thought I'd lost her as well, and I just thought, can't do this bit. It's alright. Yeah, I'm shaking.
You know, I know that emotions is good to let things out. Do you understand? Because you pile up things inside. Most women pile up things inside. They hold it in, they hold it in, they hold it in till it blows up.
I suffer very bad now with anxiety. I have really bad anxiety attacks for it all. I'm on medication for it. depression, suffered very bad with depression, was all through to it. But I'll get there.
You will.
You do.
You have
there.
already.
You do, yeah.
You have already.
Yeah.
I can see the changes, you know,
Mhm.
from when you were up north and now that you're here. I think that things are more easier when you're in your own environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you've got
And
your
you have the
family,
help, families and
family.
everything.
When you've got your family around you, and the support
And the protection.
and the protection, yeah. But when you haven't got that, it's
hard.
it's one of the worst places that you could be in. Really, it's one of the worst places that you could be in. Really is. So now what I'm concentrating on now is getting my daughter,
And you will get her.
and I will get her.
You see, I'm not saying that you're lucky.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You have laws here
Yeah.
that most laws always favorize
Yeah.
the woman in this society. But some society like back home,
You don't have that.
no, they always straight give it to the man.
Which is a good thing because it never
They-
used to be that
Here,
here,
right?
yeah. It never used to be, there weren't a lot of help. They used to sort of brush it off. But now there's so much of it.
Yeah.
It's
They give more power to the mother
Yeah.
here. But back home, or some other countries like Iran or Africa, you know, they always give it to the father. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why I said that you are lucky that
Mhm.
I can see you having your child.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's Europe, you know.
Yeah.
The woman, there's always a protection for women,
Mhm.
but back home, it's tough for a woman. It's very, very tough, and I know it because I'm from there. I'm
Yeah.
African, so I know.
Which is sad. It's sad because I believe a child should always be with their mother.
And then men will argue that the man needs to have access as well.
Unless there's other.
Things that's happening, then this is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
But
this
when
is.
it's like domestic violence and mental torture, then
I'm glad that you came.
thank you.
I'm glad that you came and you let it out.
Mhm.
I'm really
It
proud
helps
of
to
you.
talk as well.
Yeah, it's very important. So I'm glad
Mhm.
because you sat down here and speak to people that you don't know.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And by doing that, you don't know that.
I just hope there's people out there.
By doing this, you just maybe realize, even if it's one person,
Mhm.
that will say, no, this woman just done it. I can do it as well.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I'm happy for that because you see, my channel, I know that it's all about fashion, beauty, and all that. I love it. I think most women love it. But there's some reality that I would like to put out there. And if I can help in any way, I will do it. So when my friend spoke to me, I said, no, we have to let it out. And she decided to come and talk to you guys. I know. But you know, now for my viewers that not facing it, but maybe they are not facing things like this, or what are the signs
The signs
that you can
they're
give to my viewers, saying, okay,
yeah.
when you start this way, run, like,
Yeah.
do you understand what
they're
I'm coming from?
manipulative.
Because
Like they'll
sometimes,
say-
sorry, but sometimes it's very difficult
Mhm.
to say, oh, I'm in an abused relationship.
Mhm.
Domestically, it's a violence that is physical,
Yeah.
right? So this one is obvious.
It does turn into physical because I had it. That was my last straw.
Yeah, I know about that
Yeah,
one.
no.
Okay, but you know, I want you
Mhm.
to give the tips, not tips, but the signs
yeah.
that
Right,
okay,
the first
listen,
sign would be
I am into a relation. I'm in an abusive relationship because the mind of a woman. I believe that most women are very strong, but from the moment that you
they
invade your mind and how you think,
and make you feel
that can make you feel weak.
Isolated. You feel isolated, like you're on your own, because what they say is nobody likes you, you're trouble, you don't love me, because if you loved me you would be doing this, and you know, they'd start an argument, and if you are a strong person and you know stand up to them, they're like, see, you started this, and so they try and twist it on you, you know. So then you're the crazy person, you're the one that's going, it's not them. Do you understand? And that's where you start noticing it. Mental breakdowns and stuff, and he wouldn't come to the doctors. He didn't want. And then he was telling the doctors that I drink, and you know, everything he was doing, he was switching it onto me.
Wow.
And I'm the one that was getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, taking my daughter to school, then going to work, then coming home from work, picking my daughter up, doing all the chores at home that you do, like a mother does.
You were involved in a routine.
Yeah, I was in that routine where I didn't have friends, I didn't do, you know, girly things with my friends. It was just home, work, and then the mental torture. But you get so wrapped up in it, you don't understand, you don't realise it's happening. And there's a lot of women out there that, you know.
Do you understand? Especially when kids are involved.
Exactly.
Most women, I know that African women, black women, right? Black women are facing it, right? But most black women are submissive. No matter what people saying, that's what my belief. I know that black women are submissive, especially when there are kids involved.
Yeah.
And
because
they have that motherhood thing that is in them that they don't want to leave their kids behind.
Yeah.
They don't want their kids to be hurt. Do you understand? So they reach a stage where, especially when they've been in the marriage for so long and there's kids involved, they forget about themselves. Yeah? They are just concentrate on the kids. Do you understand? And in Africa, when you have a child, your firstborn, like say I have a child and the name is Mary, they won't call me Aisha or Rama no more. They will call me Mommy Mary, the mom of Mary. It's like you completely use your identity now. To have another woman, like it would have been amazing if another black woman was here, and then so you can exchange things together and maybe find similarities as well, because it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, or anything. A man is a man. The way he thinks is still going to be.
They use the children against you as well. That's one of their biggest things, because they've got a hold on you and they know that you're not going to go because of your children. And that's why it took me so long to get away.
I'm proud of you, then.
Thank you.
And I think...
Well, I'm happy now, so...
Yeah, I know you are. This is the main thing, is just to find happiness. And at the end of the day, happiness, you won't find it in someone. You make yourself happy. Yeah, happiness, that's how it is. Well, that's how I see it. Happiness comes from you. You have to find it in you, and the strength is in you. Do you understand? You have to take the courage to face it and then go, like Mary said. So you said you wanted to add something as well?
Be you, and don't let no one control you. Be your own person.
It's very important.
It is. Love yourself.
I love that.
It's what Rama taught me.
So I'll see you guys in my next one.